Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new episode of the Versatility Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's been a couple weeks, but I'm finally back. I'm going to be recording an episode on a Monday night. Haven't recorded an episode on a Monday night in a minute, but we're here. To talk about sports in this episode. Of course, the usual. Soccer, baseball season officially started. NBA playoffs is starting pretty soon. Hockey playoffs starting very soon. Spring football is here, and a lot to talk about. So, of course, let's get straight into it. You know what I mean? Let's just go out there and fucking just let it rip already. Let's let it rip already. So I'm gonna start screen sharing real quick. See where we can go from here. Where do we start? I guess we could. I'm gonna use my fucking my mouse pad because it's just easier for me just to connect this. So let me just connect to this shit real quick. And we'll be set. Okay, there we go. Is it connected here in the bottom? Okay. Let's bring this shit here. There we go. Well. Okay. Issues with the picture. Pro close to maintain quality. It's okay. We're good. Let me just share my screen again here. There we go. So share my screen here, and let's just go with let's go to ESPN. Let's go to ESPN. See what we're gonna do here, and lot to talk about. I guess we could start off with football. Let's start off with football. We're gonna be looking at some standings. So let's take a look at the standings. So I guess we could start off in order, somewhat in order that the way I have it here. So let's look at the MLS standings right now. MLS standings. The season started about a month and a half ago. So, not a lot going on right now. Still early in the season. So yeah, a lot to look at. But as you can see in the Eastern Conference, we have Nashville at number 1. Then we have Chicago. Inter Miami's at 3rd right now. New York City, Toronto, or Charlotte, then Toronto. The Red Bulls, New England, DC United, Cincinnati, Columbus, Atlanta, Orlando, and Philly, and Montreal clearing in to make the top 15 in the Eastern Conference. That's the Eastern Conference standings. In the West, we have Vancouver, 18 points, San Jose, 18 points, LAFC, 16 points, Real Salt Lake, the Sounders, Colorado, Dallas, San Diego, Minnesota, LA, Portland, Houston, Austin, St. Louis, and Sporting Kansas City at the bottom there. So Inter Miami, as you can see, they're at 12. The last 2 games, they've had a couple draws. I didn't get to see the last game on Saturday night. I was out and about with my homeboys, but yes, that was that. That's the table right now. Let's just kind of take a look at it over here. Let's look at the Bundesliga. Look at the Bundesliga table, and there's really not much to talk about because this has already been decided. Bayern Munich is so much better than every other fucking team in the Bundesliga. It's not even fucking close. Borussia, nice. They're a good quality second place team. And it feels like that's the case every single year. Bayern is just on a different level. I will talk more about Bayern in a minute once we get to talk about Real Madrid. And oh boy, do I have to talk about Real Madrid? That might be one of the big segments of this whole episode. But then we have Stuttgart. We have everybody else here. Like, honestly, do you want me to really cool? Damn, they're getting relegated. You know what I mean? FC Heidenheim 1846 and Wolfsburg, you're out, buddy. You're out. Onto the second tier division, in Germany. But Bayern Munich obviously clearly taking in the Bundesliga, 24 wins, 4 draws, and only lost 1 game. They've put up 105 goals. That is an all-time record in total amount of goals in the season. Just, ridiculous stuff that Bayern Munich is doing right now. At plus 78 goal difference. Plus 78. They've allowed 27 goals in 29 games. And out of those 29 games, they've won 24. put up 76 points. This is probably the best team in all of Europe. I will say that for a fact right now. I think it's pretty easy to say. Now let's go to the Serie A, which things are a little bit closer. Inter Milan is still number one, 24 wins, 3 draws, 5 losses, 75 points, have played 32 games. Napoli at number 2 at 66 points. AC Milan at third with 63 points. Juventus at 60. Como at 58. Roma 57. And then everybody else. The worst team is Pisa and Hellas Verona and Lice. They're going to be relegated most likely. Or Cremonese is also up there for contention for relegation. But we'll see what happens. Inter, I think, is still taking over the Serie A. Yes, they're eliminated from the Champions League, but I mean, all they have to focus is to win the Serie A. That's their only main focus right now. So I think would be good to get at least a trophy after losing to PSG, getting blown out in the Champions League final. Nice that they can get the Serie A title this year, the next season, since obviously their hopes for the Champions League is over. Let's go to the French League, the Ligue 1, which it looks like it's going to be PSG taking it, but it is a lot closer. Lens is in second place with 59 points. Lille is at 53 points. Marseille is 52 points, and Lyon at 51. And then you also have Stade Rennais with 50 points. I think it's a little too far ahead. 4 to 5 and 6 are a little far, but 2 and 3 can give some PSG some problems. I think PSG will end up still taking the French league. They are maybe the second or third best team in all of Europe, behind Bayern and maybe Arsenal. But honestly, this PSG team, I mean, they're the defending champions in the Champions League. I think they're still in it to win it this year. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough season. It's gonna be a tough season. I mean, no, not tough season. It's gonna be a tough road down the stretch for PSG in the Champions League. Maybe after this round, they're going up against Liverpool tomorrow. I'll talk about the Champions League in a minute, but yeah, I think PSG still taking the League One, not even close. Let's look at the Saudi League, the Pro Saudi League. So this is this is where Ronaldo plays. Obviously, Al Nassr at number 1 at 73 points. 73 points, 24 wins, a draw, and 3 losses. By the way, they lost those 3 games back to back to back, but that was like in January, I think. So it's been a while already. Al Hilal at number 2, Al Ahil at number 3, and then Qadsiya at number 4. Everybody else, you don't even have a chance. I'm sorry, you don't even have a chance. Honestly, obviously, the competition, it's between these 3 teams to win the Saudi Pro. Ronaldo is on a groove. He scored 2 goals. Oh, no, excuse me. He scored a goal on Saturday against, who was it against? I guess it was this team, Okdud. And he is, like 30-something goals away from 1,000. How many goals does he have? He has like 900, and he has 968 goals. He is 32 goals away from 1,000 career goals. So I look, as much as for a while I did not see Ronaldo play, you better be, at this point, it's worth watching every single game that Ronaldo plays so we can see that elusive 1,000 goals. And also because, Ronaldo's not going to be playing football in the next 5 years. Within the next 5 years, he will be retired, unfortunately. So got to take advantage of watching all the, same with Messi, I feel like if I miss an Al Nassr game, or I miss an Inter Miami game, or I miss a Lakers game, for LeBron and stuff, I'm like, fuck. It's one less game that I get to watch with some of my favorite athletes of all time. And I feel that way for a bunch of other athletes in a bunch of different sports. But, prime example, Ronaldo. And, with what the state of Real Madrid at right now, definitely missing this man over here. Definitely missing him a lot. But, I mean, let's hope that he can win the Saudi Pro. I think this would be his first time winning a trophy for Al Nassr. So hopefully he can get it done this season, and, entering the World Cup, winning the Saudi Pro would be nice. And we'll see what happens in the summer for the World Cup. I cannot wait for the World Cup. A lot of bullshit going around it, but for sure, super excited for the World Cup. Anyways, let's move on to the tragedy that is Real Madrid, still stuck in second place in La Liga. And unfortunately, I think it's pretty much a wrap here. Barcelona looks like they're going to take the La Liga. Every team has played 31 games. We're stuck at second place. 22 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses. Barcelona, 26 wins, a draw, and 4 losses. And look, man, just this Madrid team has been such a fucking disaster all season long. Very inconsistent. I mean, just look at these results real quick. Like, let's just recap the month. We start off with a 5-1 win in the year. Then we beat Atletico. Then we lose to, we win those first 2 games to start the year. Okay, solid. Good start. Then we lose to Barcelona in El Clásico in January. Fuck. Okay, that was rough. Then we lose to Albacete, which was absolutely fucking embarrassing. But it's okay. Whatever. We lost our chances to win the Copa del Rey. But whatever. Fuck it. We got other things to worry about. We beat the worst team in La Liga, Levante, at the moment. We destroy Monaco. We beat Villarreal. Okay, that's 3 wins right there. We lose to Benfica. Fuck. Then that puts us in the knockout stage for the playoffs. We had to do double work. Basically, we had to be in the play-in tournament to make the playoffs in the for the round of 16 in the Champions League. Just more work, more effort for us to make it out. Eventually, that worked out, but we're still fighting. But we'll see what happens. Then we get 4 wins in a row. Okay, Vallecano, Valencia, Real Sociedad, Benfica. We get them in the first leg. We beat them in the second leg. We then lose to Osasuna in La Liga. But whatever, we come back stronger. We beat Benfica, move on to the round of 16. Then we lose to Getafe on a random Monday, first game of the month in March. That's like, okay, what the fuck is going on? We beat Celta Vigo. This was a game where I think Valverde came in clutch and scored the late goal and the decider. And then Valverde and Real Madrid without Mbappe went on a run for these next 4 games. The month of March, after that Getafe game, I couldn't see Madrid play any better. They whooped Man City at home, and they gave them belt to ass. And more specifically, Federico Valverde hit a hat trick in this game, and I was of course super excited and got my hopes up. And now it's like, well, I don't know if I should still have my hopes up for that, but you know what? Okay, we still have to finish the job. We beat Elche. Cool. Okay, we actually get the job done. Fuck it. We beat Man City. A lot of people picked Man City over Real Madrid, and well, they were wrong. Fuck it. Then we win a battle. This was a great fucking game. This was one of the best games of the season. A back and forth game between Atletico at home at the Bernabeu. 3-2 win. Awesome. Now let's enter the month of April, where we are in right now. We lose to fucking Mallorca, one of the worst teams in La Liga. They're basically facing relegation at the moment. I think they're like in 18th or in 17th right now. All right. Well, we can maybe make up for it. Now we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and we have to go up against fucking Bayern Munich, which I just mentioned is probably the best team in Europe. And if you ask me, the best team in Europe. They've been the most consistent to me. I think they've been the best team all year long. We lose 2-1, but we were putting a valiant effort in that second half. After they scored, it was 2-0. Lucho scored the first goal. Harry Kane scored the second, and he scored the second goal for Bayern early in the second half. And we were attacking. Mbappe got a goal in the second half with 15, 20 minutes left. We were able to put up a fight, and we could have. We had so many fucking chances to tie the game. Shut the hell up, ESPN. We had a bunch of opportunities to tie that game. So it would have been a big opportunity for us to get that tie entering this Wednesday's game against Bayern, with a tie. But now we have to go to Germany, to the Alliance Arena, and have to beat Bayern and have to score at least 2 goals to get the lead. And then on Friday, we drew against Girona. Valverde scores a golazo, and then not even 10 minutes later, we let them tie the game. And then after that, with draws, with losses, the La Liga is basically done. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our season is on the verge of death. On Wednesday afternoon, or Wednesday afternoon over here, Wednesday night over there in Germany, where we have to save our fucking lives going up against the best team in Europe. And we have to overtake them in aggregate. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a fucking wrap. These games right here, these 7 games for La Liga, will be very pointless. Maybe this is the game worth watching. Obviously, it's El Clásico. Every El Clásico is worth watching. But at this point, it looks like Barcelona would already surpass us even more. Yes, we could go on a fucking tear and win all these games, or win maybe 5 or 6 of them. We could afford maybe one more loss in La Liga. But we have to basically pray that fucking Barcelona forgets how to play fucking football. For us to get the La Liga, Barcelona needs to have literally like everyone play like fucking 6-year-old kids and just get destroyed like by grown men. They just need to. It's like some Space Jam shit where they just lose their fucking ability to. They just lose their ability to play. They just fucking suck. They're just standing ducks there doing nothing. Like, that's the best that I got for you. That's the best that Madrid can hope for any chance that we can win the La Liga. And it's done, man. I think it's done. Look, our inconsistencies is with that defense. That defense has been fucking terrible all season long. It's insane to me that Mbappe comes back from injury in April. We're all excited. We had a good month of March. We won 4 straight games without Mbappe, and he comes back, and now what are these fucking results that we're putting up? 2 losses and a draw? Look, we need to stay consistent. And we have not been consistent all season long. Even the wins, even some of those, 24, 25 wins that we have for the La Liga, they've been ugly wins as well. We've been saved a couple times from Courtois, from Valverde, from Mbappe, from other players. And yet there's just a lack of team chemistry. The players do whatever the fuck they want. Arbeloa is just there to kind of meet the standard for whatever reason, to be there, just to be the face of it all. But is he really the guy that we really want or need for this team? No. But then again, it just seems like the players obviously do what they want. Mbappe, as much as he is a world-class talent, as much as he is still maybe arguably the best player in soccer right now, in all of football, he is not the guy that he's maybe not the best leader. He's certainly not the best leader that you would want to have on a team. He could be a toxic teammate. He could be a locker room cancer. And it feels like a lot of things, it's just that entitlement of his, where it feels like everything has to go his way. I saw rumors that he was trying to get the France head coach, the Champs, to be the next head coach for Real Madrid. Who in the possible right mind do you think came up with that fucking idea to bring in a new head coach after just getting out of Arbeloa in January, and having his first game go up against fucking Albacete, and then we lost that game, and that horrible start to his coaching debut at Madrid. But it's been a mess. It's been a mess, man. These fucking players need to take more accountability, because hey, they want to be the one running this shit, but they're not playing like they deserve to be the ones running this shit. At least if you're gonna run this shit, y'all better go out there on the field and fucking prove that you're worth doing anything for, making any kind of commitment, But then again, we've been like this all season long. What is gonna change now in these next 8 games? I feel like after Wednesday's game, what the fuck would be the point of watching any of these rest of these games? Barcelona has just been the far more consistent team. Yes, they've dealt with so many injuries as well, but they still have kept consistency for the most part. 95% of the time. Yes, they've had a couple questionable losses, this and that, but it happens. They're gonna lose a couple games there and there, but we've lost some bad fucking games. We've drew against teams that we shouldn't be drawing. We won some games that we should have played better, and we had some ugly wins. Like, we're not winning anything. We're not winning anything this year. There's going to be another season where we're going to be trophyless. The second straight year where we're trophyless, and the fact that we have Mbappe in Real Madrid, once he signed here, once he came here, it was expected for him to be the next man up to make Real Madrid remain. It was to put intimidation for the rest of Europe to meet the standard that Real Madrid was supposed to meet, is to be the best team in all of Europe and continue to win Champions Leagues after they were still winning Champions Leagues in 2023. They won a couple after Ronaldo left, still proving the point that they could still be the best team in Europe. And we have a lot of great players. We have a great squad. But clearly there's no fucking chemistry. And it feels like we have to rely on individual success a lot of the times for us to get results that we want. And we don't play as a team collectively. Mbappe doesn't defend, doesn't press. A lot of players just kind of just take a back seat on defense. Questionable, decision making with substitutions. Arbelo's just kind of doing whatever the fuck. Do I really blame him? No. There's a lot of talent to work with, but sometimes he has to do what he has to do. And to be honest, sometimes I can't even blame him. He was just basically, he just got here, It's sad. It's sad that, this is how it has to go down for us this season. This is Real Madrid. This is not a random team that whatever. Oh, they'll win the La Liga. They're a team that is a surprise team that they'll win whenever. Like, no, this is a team that should be in contention for the best team in Europe every single fucking year. And we have talent. Yes, do we need more help defensively? Sure, yeah, for sure. But we have so much to offer, and there's very little to show for. So look, we'll see what happens on Wednesday going up against Bayern, if we even want to show up and play that game, because that's just gonna be rough. That could be a really bad fucking L, a really rough way to lose the season. And it's just gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. I really doubt that things are just gonna get any better within the next 7 games after this one. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if things are gonna go well. I'm hoping that in the summer we make changes. Yeah, I think our season might be over, but we'll see. We'll see what happens on Wednesday. Probably in the weekend, maybe Friday night, I'll do another episode so I can give you guys my thoughts about that game. But let's take a look at the Champions League and make my predictions of them. So tomorrow we have the second leg game. So we have Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona, with Atletico Madrid having a 2-0 win in the first leg. And now they're at home against Barcelona. Huge. They beat them in Barcelona last week. They're going to be fucking defending for their lives tomorrow night. That's pretty much the set. That's pretty much the go-to. Just defend and do everything that you can fucking do. Just defend for your life. Depends on it. And just try to get Barcelona into constant, attack mode, but you're going to have to play some offense too. So much defense. Eventually Barcelona's going to slip in and score some goals, man. Like, I think the importance is that they're going to have to form that collective unit defensively, but they're going to have to attack. They're going to have to score some more fucking goals, because look, you were up 4-0 last time in the Copa del Rey. They lost 3-0 the next game. It was 4-3 in aggregate. You don't want them to get in a good rhythm and this and that. You want to press. but you also want to attack, retaliate, score goals. You don't want to get comfortable with a two goal lead. You don't. You want to go out there and keep putting as much as they want to put. So that's all I gotta say. Atletico, if you can finish the job tomorrow and take down Barcelona, yet again Barcelona, another year where they do not win the Champions League. That would be what 11 straight years since they last won it, because they won it 2015, right? 2015. Yeah, and for me that will be a little bit better because I won't have to see them win the Champions League. Fuck it, I'm gonna have to see them win the fucking La Liga yet again. I saw them win the Super del Copa. They beat us. Whatever. But the Champions League, that's not going to Barcelona. That's not going to Real Madrid. And fuck it, I don't even think Atletico's gonna win it all. But fuck it, let's see if Atletico do something in the semifinals if they're able to finish the job here tomorrow night. So we'll see. Let's see what Atletico has to bring. Liverpool versus PSG. PSG won the first leg 2-0. Liverpool, you guys are fucked. I'm sorry. Just like Real Madrid, very inconsistent this year. Don't have a better record. They've been even more inconsistent than Real Madrid. If you think they've been bad, they've been But hey, they made it this far in the Champions League. That's already kind of a surprise, specifically for this season. Let's see what they can put up together in the Anfield. They're at home, so maybe they can pull something together against PSG. But again, this PSG team is maybe the second best team in Europe. Probably. You know what? Fuck it. I'll say they're the second best team. I think they're above Arsenal. I think they're above Barcelona. I think they're above Atletico, Liverpool, all these other teams. They're just not better than Bayern, in my opinion. So I got Atletico moving on. I think I have them winning tomorrow. 2-2. So I have them winning. I think it will be a draw tomorrow, 2-2. But of course, it will be 4-2 in aggregate. So Atletico moves on. And then Liverpool PSG, I'm going to say PSG wins like 3-1. So it's going to be what, 5-1? 5-1 in aggregate? Sorry, Liverpool. I don't got you. Bayern versus Real Madrid, like I mentioned. Are we going to fucking bounce back? I don't know. Look. Do I just want to call it off and just be blunt with you guys? If I am picking Bayern to win this game, I'll say 3-0. But if I still want to be a little bit delusional and have that 0.1% chance of faith and have to pick Real Madrid because, well, we're on our last fucking leg here. Real Madrid 3-1. No, I'm kidding. Real Madrid 3-2. If it really gets to that point, 3-2. If we win, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be an absolute fucking battle. It's going to be a game like the Atletico game, 3-2. If we do win this game, we're not winning 3-0. We're not winning 3-1. It's gonna be 3-2. They're probably gonna have the lead. We have to tie. Oh, they took the lead again. We have to tie. Then we have to get the tie, break the tie. Take the lead. Like it's gonna be a whole thing. If in my perfect little world. But realistically, 3-0 Bayern. Anyways, Arsenal, Sporting Portugal. It was amazing, Portugal, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to pick Arsenal here. I think they're going to win 2-1. So it's going to be 3-1 in aggregate. So, yeah, semifinals. I have Arsenal, I have Bayern, I have PSG, and I have Barcelona. So it would be what? It would be Barcelona versus Arsenal, right? In the bracket, right? Yes, I think it would be. I think it would be. So yeah, that's the case there. Wait, fuck. What was the? I think I saw something here where like new group stage challenge. What the fuck is this? New group stage challenge. What is this? Oh, this is for the World Cup. Oh, okay, got you. Oh, I mean, I'll do that later on. Knockout bracket. This is also for the Damn, they're doing knockout bracket. $10,000. I can make. Damn, what is this? March Madness? Fuck. $5. $75. I meant 75 days. That's how. Wait, 75. Oh, to the knockout stage. I'm fucking stupid. It starts June 28th. June 28th is a knockout stage for the World Cup. But we're not there, you guys. It's not fucking June. We're not there in June. We're still mid-April. Let's fucking hold on. But Barcelona, yes. Your season's on the line tomorrow for the Champions League. Hey, you'll take the La Liga at least. You know, they'll win the La Liga at least. So let's see what they can do there. All right, so that is that. Oh wait, the Premier League. I have to show you guys the Premier League standings. Looking pretty dicey right now, to be honest. Arsenal, yes, they're at number 1 still, but Man City, they won last week and Arsenal lost. So Man City could give them a run for their money. They are giving them a run for the money Premier League wise. They could definitely overtake Arsenal. I think it is possible. All these other teams, yep, you're not good. Man United literally lost today to fucking Leeds. They're cooked. Aston Villa, you're done. You know, you're not in it for the Premier League. You're just there for the, you know, whatever place you get, that's where you're at. But obviously Arsenal, Man City, those are the teams that are competing for the Premier League. The fact that Tottenham is facing relegation at the current moment, they're literally in 18th place, is fucking insane. I don't know what happened to Tottenham. Didn't they win the Europa League like last year? I mean, I know it's the Europa League, but fuck, what happened? How the hell are they this fucking terrible? Shit. I mean, for them to be relegated, that's rough. That would be fucking terrible. But thank God I'm not a fucking Tottenham fan. Man City have looked pretty good. So these have been their past results. So they got a 3-0 win against Chelsea on Sunday. Then we got a 4-0 win against Liverpool in the FA Cup. They beat Arsenal already on March 22nd in the Carabao Cup, and they won the Carabao Cup championship. So at least Man City, despite losing to Madrid in the Champions League, they got a title already. They got the Carabao Cup. They lost in the Champions League, but they still got that. They're still alive for the Premier League and the FA Cup. They're in the semifinals right now. And let's look at their fixtures. So the next 3 games for Man City is going to be very important. And of course, it's going to be a big one on Sunday because they got to go up against a team that they're trying to take over in the standings. Man City, Arsenal, April 19th, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Must watch fucking TV. Arsenal somehow bottles it and fucking takes the, you know, if they fuck up, they fuck up, man. Man City at home, it's gonna be a good fucking game. It's gonna be a good game. I'm hoping Man City can pull through, get the 3 points, and we'll be behind them by only 3 points, and you know, makes things even more interesting. But this is basically the decider for the Premier League. I mean, Arsenal still has a chance to keep going and keep fighting for it, but I don't know. I think it's still going to be very interesting where things go. But we'll see. I mean, they still got to finish strong in May. They got to get these 2 wins. They got to get these 2 wins, though. So they have Arsenal. They have Burnley on Wednesday. Then next Saturday, they have Southampton for the semifinal in the FA Cup. And then, of course, we'll see if they win that game. They'll have an extra game in May for the championship for the FA Cup. And then we'll see. We'll see by May 17th, May 24th. We'll see. By then, that will be the last game of the season against Aston Villa, and then preparing for the World Cup this summer in June. I cannot wait. Again, super excited a lot of World Cup content coming. I think I missed out on a couple opportunities to make more content about specific events this year so far. I wanted to do more with the World Baseball Classic. Maybe I could do some stuff for the NBA playoffs since it's starting, you know, later this week. But the World Cup, I think, I'm going to be making a lot of content, like TikTok, podcast, YouTube, all kinds of shit. Like I'm going to watch every fucking game. Even if I am going out that night, I got to do what I got to do. Especially it's the summertime too. I'm sleeping late anyways. I got nothing better to do. So yeah, but we're not there yet. We're not there. We're not in fucking June. I'll get to you guys on that one once we're in June. But yeah, Man City 7 games left, potentially 8 more games, and Hey man, let's see what they could do. Let's see what they could do. Let's look at baseball right now. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. In May, I'll talk about the international. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the international games, like some international teams for soccer, like the Colombian national team, the U.S. national team. Basically, let me just kind of give you the clear decider here. What are the power rankings, real quick? Like the World Cup power rankings right now. I'm just gonna look at one random one, just to kind of see which one I would like rank high, this and that. Um, so you can see here, someone fucking said, oh, the okay, this is the one right here that I wanted to like see. Actually, right here. Okay, Spain, France, Argentina, England, Portugal, Netherlands, Colombia, Germany, Brazil, Morocco. That's generous. Oh no, this is a year ago. Fuck this shit. This is old as fuck. 2025. No, this is old as fuck. What is this? This is a little old. But anyways, um, France, Spain, England, and Portugal are like the top tier teams, and then everybody else is just kind of in the mix right now. But I'll talk more about that later on. Let's move on to ESPN again. Let's look at the MLB standings. The MLB season is officially here. I'm literally watching a Dodgers game right now in the background, so that's going on. And let's look at the standings at the moment. It's been 3 weeks since the season started. Opening day was a couple weeks ago, so let's get it going. The Yankees, they got a big win today. Yeah, literally today. Literally the game ended like right before I started recording. They went up against the Angels. They're in a series against the Angels at Yankee Stadium, and bro, it was a back and forth game. They managed to walk it off with a wild pitch. Aaron Judge and Mike Trout hit 2 home runs today's game. And the Yankees break off a little losing streak that they were in. They went to Tampa and they got swept. So yeah, they got that out of the way, but they got a win today, 9-7. Same with the Orioles, the Rays 8-7, the Blue Jays 6-9, the Red Sox. Not they got Garrett Crochet got shelled today. The Twins were they were on his ass today. Speaking of the Twins, 10-7, Guardians 10-7, Royals, Tigers 7-9. Rough start to the season. Tigers are picking it up with a 3-game winning streak. The White Sox still ass. The Rangers, Athletics 8-7. The A's had a really rough start to the season. They're picking things up now on a 5-game winning streak, I see. The Angels, okay. The Mariners have been solid. The Astros are on a 8-game losing streak right now. Fuck, I didn't even realize that. Wow. The Braves 10-7. The Marlins 9-8. The Phillies 8-8. Yeah, we've been pretty fucking mid, as you can see. And the Marlins have been had a good start. First week and a half, they've been slumping a little bit. But anyways, Pirates 10-6. The Nationals and the Mets are fucking ass right now. The Reds are okay. The Brewers are okay. The Cardinals are mid. Cubs are whatever. And of course, no surprise, the Dodgers are 11-4. They're the best team in baseball. Padres 10-6. Diamondbacks 9-8. Rockies and Giants at 6-10. Best overall record has to be the Dodgers right now. Then the Pirates. The Pirates have been playing good ball right now. They lost the first game of the season, but since then they've been pretty good. They've been pretty solid for the most part. The Marlins were like up here a couple days ago, by the way, and now they're over here. That was their peak. The Astros are actually the worst team in baseball. Wow, 6-11. They're on they're an 8-game losing streak. Fuck. Hey, keep it up. Mets 7-9. Ass juice. The Giants have been awful to start the year. Rockies have been rockying. Doing what the Rockies do best: suck cock and fucking attempt to win a baseball game. But that's right now. We're in April. 7 million games going on every day. So, it's okay. Right now, the Dodgers are playing against the Mets. They're up 4-0 right now. Who scored? I just put on the game like a couple innings ago. I didn't see Andy Pages hit a 3-run home run, and then Smith singled in the first. Okay, interesting. Going into the 6th inning, and there's a game right now, Rangers and A's. Jake Berger hit a couple home runs, right? Yeah, he hit 2 home runs today. He's hungry today. He's fucking feasting today. Anyways, that is that. I wanted to do predictions, but fuck. I mean, right now, maybe for the next episode I'll do predictions. Yeah, I think for the next episode I'll do predictions for the MLB season, since I want to give it a little bit more time. And also, like, I know I'm a couple weeks late. I know it's been whatever, but whoever's playing good right now, whoever's playing ass, I don't care. I don't care if you're playing good right now. I don't care if you're playing fucking bad. I once I make my predictions, it's still as if it was opening day or the day before opening. Like, it doesn't matter. Nothing has changed or convinced me that, oh, this team is not winning the World Series. Oh, this team is gonna fucking suck dick for the rest of the season. No, I don't give a fuck. Now let's look at the UFL. We're already in week 4 of the UFL. It's been already 3 weeks have passed by. But let's look at the results so far. So the Stallions beat the Kings 15-13. The Battlehawks beat the Defenders 16-10. The Renegades beat the Gamblers 36-17. The Storm beat the Aviators 23-16. So the new teams are the Storm, the Aviators, and the Kings. Oh, and the Gamblers. Those are the 4 new teams, expansion teams that they brought in for the UFL. Haven't been terrible, besides the Aviators and the Kings. The Defenders beat the Aviators 44-26. The Storm beat the Kings 19-9. The Gamblers beat the Stallions 22-20. The Renegades beat the Battlehawks 31-15. And then in week 3, last week, the results. The Kings lose to the Storm 29-27. The Defenders whoop up on the Gamblers 45-7. The Renegades beat the Aviators 28-23. And the Battlehawks, good ass game here between the Stallions. They beat them 34-30. And in week 4, we have the Kings versus the Gamblers. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to pick the Gamblers. Actually, no, I'm going to pick the Kings to win their first game. I think the Kings are going to win their first game of the season, finally. On Friday night, we got the Renegades versus the Aviators. I think the Renegades are still going to keep this winning streak going. They've been probably the best team right now so far this season. The Battlehawks and Defenders, these are always the games that I like to watch. St. Louis versus the DC is like a rivalry already. They met in the playoffs. You know, this is peak UFL football. I guess this is the best rivalry so far that we get, because these two teams have played, you know, last a handful of years. So, you know, Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, we'll see them. And then the Storm versus the Stallions. Hey, I mean, this is the only Florida team. So the Storm, I'm rooting for them. Let's see what the Storm can do. I still like the Battlehawks. They're still like my team that I root for, whatever. But Storm. Hey, fuck it. They're you know, I'm rooting for them as well. So those are my week 4 predictions for the UFL. Since, you know, I've been watching. I haven't watched all the games. Obviously, I've just seen a couple. But I have seen some of the highlights, and, you know, also I haven't added that, so I'm just gonna put that shit there. And yeah, what else is there to put in? International break recap. No, there's not really much to talk about there. Hold on. Fuck, let me get some water too. Okay. How long have I been recording? Let's see how long I've been recording. 43 minutes. That's not terrible. That's not bad at all. Let's see how much I could do more. Let's see how much I record. Okay, so let's look at the current. Oh wait, I have soccer predictions here. I forgot to do that shit. Okay, let me just put the soccer predictions here because I already have it down on my notes here. So yeah, these are my soccer predictions for this is for whoever's winning. These are my predictions for who is winning all of the major leagues in all of football. You know, in Europe and other you know, states, this and that. So let me just give you guys the information. So the Premier League, I have Man City. I have Man City winning the Premier League. I think they are going to overpass. I think they will beat Arsenal, and they will surpass them, and they will win the Premier League. I believe in them. For La Liga, unfortunately, I'm going to go with Barcelona. Barcelona is going to be the team to win the La Liga. And by the way, I have this written down on my notes. I'm just going to put down the team that I think is going to win the thing so you guys can see it. Like, visibly. So Barcelona, unfortunately, I think is going to win La Liga. For the Bundesliga, obviously, I have Bayern Munich winning it all. Bayern Munich, I have them winning the Bundesliga. That's a given. That's a given. For the Serie A, I have Inter Milan. I have Inter Milan winning the Serie A, so that's going to be that. PSG is going to be the team to win the Ligue 1. It's a team that's going to win that. Al Nassr is going to be the team that I'm picking to beat and to win the Saudi Pro League. They're going to win that. They're going to win that, I think. What else do I have here? Club America, the Mexican team, is going to win the Liga MX. Why? I don't know. I don't watch Mexican football, but why not? Inter Miami is going to win MLS. They're going to win it. They're going to win. They're going to be the best team in the MLS this year, yet again. And they're okay. They're off to a mediocre start right now, but whatever. They'll pick up the pace. I have Los Angeles. To win the West. I have Junior. I have Atletico Junior winning the Colombian. I can't fucking spell. Oh my god. I have the Colombian Primera A. I think Junior is gonna win that. We'll see how that goes. I have Aston Villa. I have Aston Villa winning the Europa League. I think Aston Villa is gonna be the team to beat in the Europa League right now, as of right now. So these are my predictions until May, because all these events pretty much end in May. Otani's at the plate. The Champions League, I think it's gonna be Bayern. I think Bayern is gonna win it. I think Bayern is gonna win the Champions League. If it's not Real Madrid, and if it's not Bayern, then it's gonna be PSG. But I'm gonna go with Bayern Munich to win it. For the CONCACAF Champions Cup, I'm gonna go with LAFC. LAFC, I think, is gonna win the Champions Cup. They're in the quarterfinals. They have some games tomorrow. The Spanish Supercopa, Barcelona won that. Atletico Madrid is going to win the Copa del Rey. That they have a final coming up. They have a game coming up. When is that fucking game, by the way? When is that game that they play? Oh, it's Saturday. It's this Saturday. It's the 18th. So this Saturday, we have some pretty good fucking games to watch. We have Atletico Madrid versus Real Sociedad in the Spanish Copa del Rey final, the championship, on Saturday night, and then Arsenal Man City Sunday morning. So that's gonna be pretty good to watch there. The FA Cup, I have Man City. I have Man City winning the FA Cup. And they already won the Carabao Cup, and I was right. They beat Arsenal, so they got that. The French Cup, I'm going with Lens. They're the second best team right now in France. Fuck it, they'll win the French Cup. They'll win that shit. The Italian Cup, I think it's between Inter Milan or Como. I'm gonna pick Inter Milan probably. They're the favorite. And then the German Cup, which, by the way, when the fuck is the German Cup final? Or is it the semifinal again? I have Bayern Munich winning that. When's the German Cup? April 22nd. April 22nd, they have that. Okay. It's the semifinal? Or is it the final? Oh my god. No, I want to see the preview of the game. Yeah, it's the semifinal. I still have Bayern winning it, though. And then the FIFA World Cup, well, I will make my prediction on that later. But those are my predictions for all the leagues, this and that. So that is that. The final World Cup groups. I'll show you guys the groups, like the finalized groups for the World Cup. I'm not gonna make my predictions, but I'll show you guys the teams that finally qualified. So, nope. Let me just the table. Yes. Okay, so Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic, they were able to qualify. Then we have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, Switzerland. Bosnia qualified. They beat down Italy. Italy yet again suffers another fucking World Cup that they miss out on for the third straight time. That's just unbelievable how they fucking they've missed out on 3 World Cups in a row. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for them to beat Italy, one of the best teams in World Cup history, to fail to qualify 3 straight times is just insane. Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland, that was already decided. USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Shout out to Turkey. They're making it in. Arda Güler, see what he can do in the World Cup. We're going to see him go up against the U.S. In Group E, we have Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. We already have that locked in. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia. Sweden made it in. Congrats. Gjorkis is going to be in the World Cup, so that's going to be exciting to watch. In Group G, we have Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. Whatever group. Spain. In Group H, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Should be interesting. France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. So Iraq was, I think, the last team to qualify. They got the last spot in the Intercontinental playoffs. They took down Bolivia. And yeah, they got the last spot in the World Cup, and they're going to be in the same group with Mane and Mbappe and Holland. So that should be pretty good. Argentina getting the easiest fucking group of all time with Algeria, Austria, and Jordan in Group J. Portugal, Uzbekistan, Colombia, and Congo. They were the second best team. They were the penultimate team to qualify for the World Cup. Congo is going to be one of the teams that we have to go up against in the World Cup group stage. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Colombia will be ready. I will be making my predictions on that again in June. Just wait. Not now. Not yet. And then finally, Group L, England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. So that is that right now. That's what we're looking at right now. Champions League quarterfinal picks. I already did that. Let's look at Formula One real quick. So this month of April, there are no races because they canceled a couple of the races. The one in I think Saudi Arabia and the one in Iran. Yeah, in Saudi Arabia and in Bahrain. Yes, in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, they canceled those races. But yeah, so far, Antonelli and Mercedes have been pretty fucking good in Formula One. Verstappen, on the other hand, has had a rough start to the season. He's all the way in 9th place, got 8th in the first race, couldn't be able to make it in the podium or anywhere in the top 10, and then gets 4th place in Japan. We'll see where Max Verstappen can get into, but Kimi Antonelli doing pretty fucking good. Team Mercedes is looking pretty delicious, but it's pretty early in the season. 3 races in, they've been pretty consistent. Now the next race will be May 3rd in Miami, so we'll see what else they can do. Again, we have all summer long. We have races. How many races do we have in the summer? We have 3, 6. Yeah, basically 6 races. 3 in June, 3 in July. If you want to count the one in August, sure. Speaking of the world, there's commercials. There's commercials. I love their kits, by the way. I like a lot of the kits that they're wearing, even for the teams that aren't even participating in the World Cup. They got some good ass, like Adidas. They made some good ass Adidas makes some good ass clothes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of their shoes, but they make some good ass fucking clothes. Like, hell yeah. But that is that for Formula One. Like, yeah, George Russell, won the Australian Grand Prix, and then in China, Japan Grand Prix, Antonelli took down the competition, getting it there. Tiger Woods was arrested for another DUI incident a couple weeks ago, and yeah, it looks like he is seeking treatment outside of the U.S. after the DUI. The Masters just concluded yesterday, and he was supposed to partake in that, or I think he was planning to, but then obviously this whole incident with the DUI arrest, he got into he got into an accident, and then turns out he was intoxicated and this and that, and it was just another incident with Tiger Woods just getting on the wheel when he shouldn't be. Another, I don't know, man. Tiger needs help. He needs help. That's all I gotta say. Not really gonna speak on that too much. Um, Congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines for winning March Madness, ladies and gentlemen. They are your champions. Yes, March Madness. It was a okay tournament. It wasn't the greatest March Madness, to be honest with you. The first round was entertaining. The second round was okay. The knockout games were somewhat okay, and the championship game was all right. Um, but Michigan, they are your champions. They are your champions um for the men's team. Um, it was Michigan versus UConn in the championship game, and I mean Michigan, their guard play was great. Their bigs, like they have size for days, and they got some pretty good shooters there. And even the guy who won the MVP, he isn't like the best shooter statistically, but I mean he clutched up when he needed to clutch up, and yeah, like they have a good fucking squad. Clearly, they were able to stay consistent. They were one of the more dominant teams all season long. 37-3. Dusty May, a hell of a coach, was able to coach his ass off here, and was able to take care of business there. I mean, fuck it, like Michigan, they took care of business. I want to say this, UConn. I mean, again, under Dan Hurley, another phenomenal tournament, and yeah, they're just a winning. They just like to win games. They are just a nitty gritty team. And let's not forget, my fucking bracket was terrible. I don't even want to talk about my bracket. My bracket was cooked. It was fucking terrible. Let's just forget I ever made that last episode where I made my bracket. That was a fucking disaster. It was a tragedy making that bracket. I had a bracket picking Michigan to win it, and that was like my last bracket that I did. And somewhat that was a way better bracket than the one that I did on the podcast with you guys. Like the bracket that I put the less effort in was the best result that I got. Like really. But that makes sense because I picked this fucking fraudulent team to win the entire tournament, and they fucking let me down. Duke basketball, I am never picking you guys to win the goddamn I'm never picking you guys to win March Madness ever again. After what fucking happened here in the Elite Eight, by the way, what the fuck happened here? You think I was going to let this shit slide? I am pissed about this. Duke, yet again, collapses. They were up by 15 at halftime. They completely fucking collapsed in the second half. Caden Boozer, the younger brother of Cameron Boozer, who's arguably he's a top three, going to be the top 3 draft pick this year in the NBA. You sold the game, turning the ball over at the worst critical time, making the dumbest deflection that you can have. All you need to do was throw up the ball or just get fouled. That's the easiest thing you just had to do. Get fouled, get on the line, shoot your fucking free throws, make your fouls, and see what else what UConn can do. But instead, you turn the ball over. You get this Mullins kid that absolutely fucking pulls a heave from Steph Curry range and hits a dagger 3 from half court to take a 1-point lead with like 0.3 of a second left. And of course, that's how fucking Duke loses. Shout out to UConn. You know what I mean? Like, that was an amazing comeback. The best game of the tournament, I guess, the best moment of the tournament was that shot that Mullins hit. But what the fuck, Duke? Like, are we dead ass? That's how you lose. Like, I'm sorry. And it wasn't enough to say, bro, even after the fucking tournament was over, I still have to see Cameron Boozer. It's honestly not even Cameron's fault. Your fucking brother, Cameron. It's fucking Caden Boozer and Cameron Boozer on my fucking TV screen after every goddamn commercial on ESPN or on CBS. It's like this is a game, and this is a pinnacle reason why I don't fucking gamble. I don't put my money in sports. I don't do that shit. Because if I were to, no, like to lose games, like I already got pissed. I already got heated after having to pick this fucking team to win the national championship and hoping that they weren't going to repeat what they did last year, choking to Houston in the last seconds of the game. And they did the exact same thing, if not even worse, the next year. Duke, I am not picking you guys to win it next year. I'm just letting you guys know that right now. I don't care how fucking good you guys are in the regular season. I'm not picking you guys. I'm not picking Duke next year. That's all I got to say, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I am not picking Duke next year. And even if you guys do win it next year, I'm not picking you guys to do it. I'm going to have to be wrong. I'm going to have to be fucking wrong for that. Like, no thank you. NFL free agency. Some signings going on. Still waiting for some, some shit going on. But honestly, let's just kind of take a look right now. These are the guys that we're still waiting on. Well, actually, no, never mind. Trey Hendrickson is with the Ravens. Linderbaum is with the Raiders. Phillips is with the Panthers. Pierce resigned with the Colts. A bunch of guys still here. Woolen re-signing with the signed with the Eagles. That's going to be a good pick for us. Mike Evans going to the Niners. Malik Willis going to the Dolphins. Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs. Kyler Murray going to the Vikings. Isaiah Likely going to the Giants. Romeo Doubs going to the Patriots. A lot of good signings here, man. Rashid Shaheed going to staying in Seattle. Some good signings. Reed Blankenship. Oh, man. We fucking lost him. He's going to Houston. But that's that. Now let's talk about women's basketball. The UCLA team. UCLA. They are your NCAA women's basketball national champions. The UCLA Bruins. I actually picked them to win the championship, so thank you for proving me right. I feel smart that I did better in the women's bracket, to be honest, but that's all good and all. Yeah, fun to watch, fun to see. I'm super excited to see how it goes, and yeah. I mean, it was a great season for UCLA. They took down the almighty, all-powerful South Carolina Gamecocks. Great team. They're a phenomenal team. They blew them out. Gabrielle Jaquez had a phenomenal game. Lauren Betts is the best big in the game. In college all season long. Player of the year, most likely. And yeah, like she dominated all season long. They play great. And also, the WNBA draft was today. If I'm not mistaken, it was today. The WNBA draft. Let's see. I actually haven't seen the results. Let me see. Let's fuck it. Let's just results. Let's just look at it right now. Where the fuck is the WNBA here? WNBA. Oh, here. There we go. Draft. So AZ Fudd went number 1. Damn, she looked good here. AZ Fudd went number 1 to the Dallas Wings. So that's pretty good. Oh, she's back with Paige Beckers. Oh shit. Okay. Well, she's reunited with her former UConn alumni. That's gonna be cool. Olivia Miles going number 2 to Chicago, or no, not from Chicago to Minnesota to the Lynx. She is going to Seattle. Lauren Betts ended up going to the Mystics. Okay, to the Mystics. She's the 4th pick, going to the Mystics in Washington. Gabrielle Jaquez going to Chicago. Okay, Chicago looking pretty nice right now. Kiki Rice going to the new expansion team, Toronto Tempo. That's the team name, Toronto Tempo. Okay. Iana Martin Carrion from Spain going to the another new team. What new team is this? What team is that? I don't even know. Flaude Johnson from LSU going to the Valkyries, going to the Golden State Valkyries. Angelina Dulaci going to the Mystics again. She's reunited with Lauren Betts, so they're going to be teammates over there. That's going to be nice. Raven Johnson going to the Fever from South Carolina. She was really good all tournament long. Cody McMahon going to the Mystics again. Another UCLA player, Gianna Kipkins, going to the Connecticut Sun. Interesting there. Marta Suarez. I mean, everybody else. I mean, I don't know who everybody else is, but congratulations, everybody who got drafted. What? 60 players that get drafted? No, 45. All 45 players that get drafted in the WNBA. You know what I mean? You know, they're happy that they got drafted, and well, that was that. You know, let me add that shit there so I don't forget that we added that there. Okay. And I think there's only a couple more things to react to. So let's look at the final NBA standings for the regular season. So in the Eastern Conference, we have the Pistons, 60 wins and 22 losses. The Celtics are the number 2 seed, 56 wins and 26 losses. The Knicks with 53 wins as the 3rd seed. The Cavaliers with 52 wins as the 4th seed. The Raptors as the 5th seed with 46 wins. And the Hawks as the 6th seed with 46 wins as well. In the play-in tournament, we got the Sixers, who were 45 and 37. Same with the Orlando Magic, as they got the 8th seed. The Hornets got the 9th seed, 44 and 38. And the Heat got 43 and 39. So they were the 10th seed. The Bucks, Bulls, Nets, Pacers, and Wizards are going to Cancun. Matter of fact, some of the players might actually already be in Cancun today. The season ended literally last night. The last games were done. Regular season over. No NBA games today. It's officially midnight. So tonight, there will be NBA games. The play-in tournament officially begins later tonight. In the Western Conference, let's look at the full final standings for the Western Conference. The Thunder, they take it home. Yet again, the number 1 seed, 64 wins, 18 losses. The Spurs get the number 2 seed, the 62 wins and 20 losses. The Nuggets get the 3 seed with 54 wins. The Lakers get the 4 seed with 53 wins. The Rockets get 5th seed with 52 wins. The Wolves get the 6th seed, with 49 wins. In the play-in tournament, we have the Suns with 45 wins. The Blazers at the 8th seed, 42 wins. Same with the Clippers with the 9th seed. And then the Warriors get the 10th seed with a 37 and 45 record. And then the Pelicans, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Kings, and Jazz enjoying their time in Cancun. So, yeah. Ass, mid-pack, championship contenders. Pretty easy to, divide them in those 3 categories. But, ladies and gentlemen, the playoff picture is almost here. But let's make my predictions for the NBA play-in tournament. After Friday night, we will have our predictions for the playoffs. So yeah, after the Friday night games are done for the play-in tournament, I will recap them and I will do my NBA predictions maybe that early Saturday morning or late Friday night, so I can do that episode before the NBA playoffs officially form, so we get all 16 teams in, and that will be that. So let me just add that in there. Play-in tournament predictions. And then, yeah. So, but actually, let's just take a look at the bracket here. So this is what we got so far. So this is the matchup that we have here. So actually no, let me see on the NBA app. It's on the NBA website. It's actually a little bit better there. The playoffs, yeah, bracket. So as you can see here, this is the bracket. So we got the Thunder and the Pistons, obviously the number 1 seeds. They're waiting. And then the number 2 seed Spurs and Celtics, they're waiting. But the matchups that we already have confirmed in the West, we have the Lakers versus the Rockets. Should be a really good series. And then we have the Nuggets as a 3 seed going up against the 6 seed Timberwolves. Should be another good series. And then in the East, we have the Cavs as the 4 seed and the Raptors as the 5th seed. Should be a good series as well. And then the Knicks as the 3 seed, the Hawks as the 6 seed. These games that are confirmed, the first round series, should be pretty good. We'll see what happens. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that this should be very good. So let's do my playing predictions. So we got the Sixers. Oh no, wait. What are the games in order again? Fuck, I forgot the games in order. I think it's tomorrow. Hornets Heat, right? Okay, yeah. So Hornets versus the Heat. Whoever loses, they're out. So that's that. So yeah, later tonight we do have to win. We do have to beat the Charlotte Hornets if we do want to make the playoffs and get a second chance. And win on Friday. I don't know, man. I think the Heat season is over. I don't think the Heat are gonna do anything this season, man. We're just so fucking inconsistent. We can have the 83-point game for Bam. That's pretty much all we have this year to remember on. We're not doing shit in the playoffs. If we do make the playoffs, the Hornets have been a lot better to watch this year. The Hornets have been a fun team to watch. Concanippo is up there in the Rookie of the Year conversation. The Hornets are just a fun team to watch. I actually would rather watch the Hornets than watch this Heat team play right now. Like, of course, I'm rooting for the Heat. You know, we'll see if we can beat them. But we're playing in Charlotte. I think we're fucked. So yeah, the Heat are gonna lose on Tuesday, most likely, and that will be that. And then the Blazers will take on against the Phoenix Suns. So whoever wins this game will get the 7 seed and would go up against the Spurs. So I'm gonna say Blazers or the Suns. I'm gonna pick the Suns. I like the Suns here. The Suns have been a decent team. I think the Blazers can give them a challenge, but I'm gonna pick the home teams. I'm gonna pick the Hornets. I'm gonna pick the Suns here for the games on Tuesday. The games on Wednesday, I have the Magic versus the Sixers. So whoever wins this would go up against the Celtics. Fuck, they would go up against the Celtics, who are the number 2 seed in the East. I'm gonna go with the Sixers. For now. I like Orlando. Orlando's a decent team, but see, they've been inconsistent. I don't know. I'm gonna give the Sixers the benefit of the doubt for this game. I don't think the Sixers are gonna do much in the playoffs, if they do even make the playoffs for me. But I think they could beat Orlando. I'm gonna pick the Sixers here, and then between the Warriors and the Clippers, honestly, bro, the Clippers have been kind of but I trust them a little bit more than the Warriors. I know Steph Curry has to play a fucking phenomenal game. If not, the Warriors legit have no fucking shot. Like, Steph has to have a magical game on Wednesday for them to get another chance to make to continue and play again another game on Friday and see if they win that game on Friday to make it to the playoffs. So it's going to be a lot for the Warriors. Steph Curry is back. So, you could rely on him to, cook up and fucking save your ass again. But other than that, man, I don't think it's looking pretty good. It's not really looking pretty good for this Warriors team. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Clippers. I'm gonna pick the Clippers here. So let's look at the bracket again. So I have the Sixers moving on. So the Sixers, they'd get this spot. The Suns get this spot. So I would have what? The Blazers versus the Clippers. The Blazers versus the Clippers, and they would get the 8th seed. Okay, Clippers versus the Blazers. I'm gonna go with the Clippers. Fuck it. I want to see James Harden again in the playoffs. Yes, he's not going to win in the first round against the Thunder, but why not? I want to see Kawhi. I want to see James Harden again in the playoffs. Probably stink it up, but whatever. Maybe not. Maybe this year is different. Maybe they can actually do something different. I don't know. I don't know. Against the Thunder, it's going to be tough, but I think the Clippers are going to get the 8th seed, and then the Blazers get the 7th seed. So, yeah. Clippers go here, Blazers go here, Suns, Warriors, you're cut. And then, okay, so the Sixers get this spot. So it would be against, it would be the Magic versus the Hornets. Who's going to get the 8th seed? So again, the Sixers, they get the 7th seed, go up against Boston. So the Magic or the Hornets. I think, yeah, I'm going to pick the Hornets. I think the Hornets have been the better team slightly than the Magic. They've been a little bit more consistent. I think the Hornets are going to make a push here. I think they're going to beat my Heat on Tuesday, and then on Friday, they'll beat the Magic. And they'll get the 8th seed, and they'll go up against the Pistons. First game would be what, on Sunday, I'm assuming? Yeah. So, recap. 8th seed to take on the OKC Thunder will be the Clippers. The 7th seed would be the Blazers. The 8th seed in the East would be the Hornets, and then the 7th seed in the East would be the Sixers. And then we'll make my predictions after the play-in tournament's done. Again, late Friday night or Saturday morning before the playoffs start. When does the first game on Saturday start? Like at the afternoon, probably? Let me see. I think it's probably like it's on Saturday. What the fuck is this? At 1 p.m. And all the games are on Prime? Oh, besides the ABC game. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I cannot wait. The playoffs, officially start Saturday. There's games tonight and tomorrow, and then games on Friday. The last 2 games to get the last 2 spots remaining. So, yeah, pretty excited, man. And then hockey, there's still stuff going on right now. There's still there's games going on right now. The season doesn't end until Thursday. The season doesn't. Wait, what the fuck? Why am I in March? The season doesn't end until Thursday, where there are going to be 6 games. So these are the games going on right now. So the Flyers win, Panthers win, Lightning win, Stars. Okay, this and that. There's some games going on right now. Kraken just scored a goal. But these are the standings right now. These are the teams that would make the playoffs. The Sabres, the Lightning, the Canadiens. Wait, can I see the bracket? Do they have like a bracket here? I mean, the playoffs are not set yet, so it's okay. The playoffs are not officially at the playoff. Let me see. If the playoffs started right now, this is what it would look like. So the Avalanche versus the Kings, the Wings, not the Wings. What the fuck? The Stars versus the Wild, the Golden Knights versus the Mammoth, the Oilers versus the Ducks, and then we got the Flyers. Okay, the Flyers will be in the playoffs. Okay. Versus the Penguins, the Senators versus the Hurricanes, the Lightning versus the Canadiens, and then the Bruins versus the Sabres. Yes, the Panthers are not in the playoffs. The Panthers fucking suck this year. I don't know what the hell happened. I'm guessing injuries. They're not in the playoffs. But Thursday, these games will be done. The regular season ends Thursday. So again, I'm guessing Saturday the playoffs start again. They start obviously in the NHL. There's no play-in tournament, so they go straight to the playoffs. So yeah, we'll see how the final matchups will do on Saturday. I'll also make my predictions on that. I'll make my NHL, my NBA predictions for the playoffs. So NBA predictions, NHL playoff predictions, and then also my MLB season predictions. I'll do that Friday. And then recapping the Champions League games that happened this week, the Europa League games, recapping the play-in tournament games, this and that. And then I have to do a music episode as well. So that will be it. And that is it for today's video, guys. Like that's done. That's all I got for today. So let me just stop this real quick. 1 hour and 18 minutes. Not too bad, not too shabby. Was a long episode, but not too long. Nothing really out of the ordinary. There's still things to talk about. Coachella, this and that. But I'll talk about more Coachella like after next. I have to make a music episode, so I haven't done a music episode this year at all so far. So I have a lot of catching up to do. But I still got albums to react to. I still got shit to do. So that's why I've been kind of putting it on hold. So yeah, I will I'll get to that. I'll get to that. This fucking chair is making me look so goddamn tiny, man. Like I can boost it up, but then like fuck, this goddamn chair just sinks every time I boost it up a little bit. Something wrong with my goddamn chair. But anyways, um, I will see you guys later this week. I will see you guys later this week. I'll do another episode later this week. I just wanted to get this out so I don't have to worry about it throughout the week because I know I had a lot of catching up to do for the last couple weeks. Um, and yeah, that is it for today's video. Make sure to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Versatility Podcast. This is going to be on that YouTube channel, so make sure you guys go check it out. I'm uploading music video reactions, album reactions, music related stuff, sports related stuff. So go check that out. It's out on the channel now. There's more to come, a lot more stuff to come. So make sure to check all that shit out. More podcasts coming soon. Again, I'm saying Friday night or Saturday morning, I'll record another one, upload it on the weekend. I'm definitely not going to upload this way too late. I should upload this within, I'll say Wednesday, this should be uploaded. At the very least, Wednesday, this should be uploaded, which would be tomorrow since it's officially Tuesday. Since it's officially late Monday night and it's officially past midnight, I'll do another episode for that. But anyways, I will see you guys in a bit. Take care. And peace out, my friends.